Welcome, Pisces, your in-depth weekly astrology overview and zodiac forecast for week commencing the 13th of April for the ascendant, the sun, or the moon. Going to share the big themes of the week first of all, then on screen, your event chart on Monday always provides an influential backdrop. I'll then go through those influences frame by frame to give you a clear picture of what you can expect in terms of energy, work, relationships, or finance. I'm astrologer Patrick Arundel. A very warm welcome. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, please do so now to help it to continue to thrive. Please also click or tap the bell notification symbol. As you go into this week, Mercury, which has been in your sign for just short of 10 weeks, forges a very sparkling alliance to Uranus, the planet of innovation, an idea that you've had for some weeks, other people have been a little bit resistant to hearing, can suddenly be in vogue. That's really gratifying. But you also have the two planets of fortune in a beautiful alliance in a very special way for you personally. I can't wait to share that with you too. Now, Mercury darts into Aries midweek. There's a lot of energy in Aries, and for you, that can be about money, but it can also be about your values, also your self-worth, but also life foundations. A lot of passion is going into those areas, and there's the new moon too on Friday. What's the implication? Right at the end of the week, Pisces, Mars in Aries meets with Saturn in Aries for the first time in 28 years in a conjunction. What does that mean? On the screen now is your event chart. Now, the moon, we always need to look at the luminaries, is starting this week just in your 12th house, where it can be a little more reflective. And remember, you've got Pluto there for the long term. Now, Pluto continues to forge a very solid link with Saturn. So I've been saying recently that past skills, experiences, and knowledge can be repurposed in a very productive way, which could earn you money. And you've probably been musing that over the weekend, and that moon forges a lovely alliance to the sun, so you can balance your emotion with your actions. That's super. But the moon actually tangles with Uranus too. You may have read something over the weekend on social media. Someone sent a text message and it could have been a bit aggravating. Try to deflect, put it to one side. Because Mercury in your sign, as I mentioned, for just short of 10 weeks, forges a dazzling alliance with Uranus. And if you have had to reshape an idea that you began all those weeks ago because of the shadow periods, the retrograde, it's in detriment. The watery energy of your sign doesn't work quite so well with the coolness that Mercury appreciates, but now it all starts to light up productively. I mentioned about the lucky planets in a great link at the start of this week. There's Venus, is giving you enormous potential to use your language, your words, and your ideas in a way which other people find irresistible. But that link with Jupiter in the fifth house of romance, if you are chatting to someone that you really like, that's very auspicious. Now, that collective in the sign of Aries is going to be complemented by Mercury from Wednesday, moves into Aries through to the 3rd of May. But your modern aquatic ruler, Neptune, is in an exact conjunction with the thrust in Mars on Monday. So, as much as you may want to achieve an immediate return, improve your finances, it might just take a little bit more patience. This week could slow you down a bit, but it's not going to deflect your will. Mars moves forwards and angles back to Pluto. I've mentioned recently quite a few times about Pluto's potency for you. So with Mars joining with Saturn in that link back, don't underestimate your determination to repurpose in some way which gives you a tangible benefit. Friday, the new moon. New moon's great for setting our intentions. Of course, we all want to bring extra money into our world, and in a world that's very uncertain around finance at the moment, the moves you make can be very shrewd. But I also feel because Chiron's in the mix, if you're not valuing your self, your personal identity, very Aries, as much as you should. It's a time to really think and release some old negative thinking, to be frank, and reset your determination to attract what you're truly worthy of. By the end of the week, however, Mars moves into that conjunction with Saturn. Why is it influential? Saturn's in its full in Aries. Mars is obviously the sole domiciliary ruler. So one's about things happening very quick, one can inhibit. So you've got two competing energies. In traditional astrology, they're known as the malefics. If there is a tricky issue around finances, like an old debt, um, maybe someone has a different viewpoint to you around your values in a way that feels very personal, try not to get too frustrated. The one thing that that conjunction will do is give you enormous determination to overcome difficulties. So do know you can do it. I'm going to summarize those four areas for you shortly, Pisces. But just to say, I've reduced the price of my personal horoscopes. You can now buy one and get three. The reason, well, I know a lot of people are finding the cost of living challenging, but secondly, I feel so passionate about more serious astrology. If you can work with your birth chart, your life journey becomes that much clearer, and also your forecast helps you to time your moves better. Please see the link below for more. Three for the price of one. If you've yet to watch your Gemini 84-year cycle deep dive video on the screen, your Mars in Aries 6-week forecast on the screen. If you'd like to work with me directly, please see my testimonials below. If you've yet to sign up for your free daily written horoscope fired to your device each morning for your celestial pit stop, please see that below too. So to summarize, as far as finances are concerned, I think things are heading in the right direction, but it might not get to exactly where you want this week. It may be a period of preparation. It's possible, however, that as far as romance is concerned, if you're connecting to someone that you find both very alluring, but also you feel very comfortable with, and the conversation flows very easily, do know that's a very positive thing. An idea that you generated some weeks ago suddenly is all the vogue, which is brilliant. Don't underestimate your past talents and skills to feed into your changing and evolving financial circumstances. When it comes to your energy, generally, when we do have Mars, which is about physical vitality, in a conjunction with Neptune and Saturn, it could mean it's a bit lower. The second house can be about our appreciation of calorific goodies. So if you can steer a little clearer of any of those this week, it probably will help your vitality. Have a great week, Pisces. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Thank you. Take care and goodbye.